Well, that was eventful, to put it one way. What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I'm back from the video. I am back with my NASCAR Xfinity Series Atlanta race review. No Truck Series race review due to me missing work, and I will get into the outcome of that race in a moment because I was able to see it. But with that said, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future uploads. Make sure you use code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 more at Circuit Diecast. And I hope you have a snack and something to drink because this video might go a bit longer than usual when it comes to these race reviews. Because yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So getting into the outcome of the truck race first, I do want to congratulate Corey Heim on getting his first career win. Didn't like how it happened, necessarily speaking. John Hunter Nemechek, 2 laps down due to something happening between him and somebody else, on this last green flag stint. He had to pit. That's why he was 2 laps down. When the leaders get to him, he just puts himself right behind his teammates, Chandler Smith and Corey Heim, who are battling for the lead, and just stays there. And then at the end, he ends up leaving Smith out to dry and pushing Heim to the win. Smith is the one that's racing, full time. He already has a win, yes, but getting another win today would have helped him, because when we get to the playoffs, those wins and those points do matter. And him not getting the win today might come back to bite him in the ass later this year. Just saying. And yeah, you could bring up Larson, Elliott, and Harvick, that whole thing from Bristol last year. Hell, you could bring up Chastain holding up Kyle Busch for Kyle's brother Kurt and Ross's then teammate to win at Atlanta under the old configuration. But I mean, pick your poison, I guess. But in terms of this Xfinity Series race, no qualifying due to rain yesterday, so the lineup was set by the metrics used last year. They did have practice earlier today. Both trucks and Xfinity did. I think Cup did as well. Matt Mills, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Maurice Hesmans, Ryan Sieg, and Stephen Parsons would all drop to the rear for unapproved adjustments, and Noah Gragson, last week's winner, would start on the pole. Riley Herbst would come down pit road with a right front tire issue while on the pace laps. He would then drop to the rear as a result. AJ Allmendinger with an early save. Competition caution at lap 20. Ty Gibbs reports an overheating issue. And several drivers had this pop up today. Excuse me. Matt Mills got a speeding penalty here. We continue with stage 1, and later in the stage, NASCAR will be looking at Mike Snyder's car for possible damage. Jeb Burton reporting overheating issues late in stage 1, and Josh Berry would end up stealing the stage 1 victory from his teammate Noah Gragson. Gragson finishing second, Allgaier third, Sam Mayer fourth, Trevor Bayne fifth, Austin Hill sixth, Jeb Burton seventh, Brandon Brown eighth, Brandon Jones ninth, and Brett Moffitt in 10th. Brandon Jones got a speeding penalty, and Bailey Curry got a crew member over the wall too soon penalty here. Some drivers stayed out. Some took only 2 tires, while others took 4 tires. And we get to stage 2. Gragson hits the wall trying to make a move on the top. It was already 3 wide. He ended up attempting to take it 4 wide. That didn't work. He ended up having to pit, and he comes the next time by and does that. Riley Herbst would come down pit road about the same time as Gragson was leaving pit road, and the team would have the hood up on his car with overheating issues as well. Ryan Sieg also with overheating issues. Sheldon Creed and Jeb Burton almost had a moment where there could have been a wreck, but there wasn't, thank God. And AJ Allmendinger would take the stage 2 victory. Daniel Hemrick second, Jade Buford third, Tommy Joe Martins fourth, Sage Karam fifth, Sheldon Creed sixth, Brandon Brown seventh, Austin Hill eighth, Jeb Burton ninth, and Lanny Castle in 10th. Huge shout out to Jade Buford, Tommy Joe Martins, and Sage Karam for all getting stage points. That's big. I do want to point out though, they were up there thanks to strategy from the previous, from the end of stage 1. And one of the issues with this race, and it's like, I saw some people pointing it out on social media, it kind of feels like one of those old cup packages from like 2019, 2020 or something being used with the Xfinity cars. All the races, like for the Cup Series specifically, you have the over 600 horsepower package for all the races except for Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta, because Atlanta is a new super speedway. And here it's the 550 package for both Cup and trucks. Xfinity is like 400 something horsepower or whatever. There wasn't a ton of lead changes throughout the race. And yes, you know, it's like it's supposed to be a super speedway race, and they had I think restrictor plates in the cars, which was another thing I saw get brought up you know, on social media. But it's just like it might be a package thing, it might be the reconfiguration thing, it might be both. But the race just did not seem that great. And I mean, to this point, it wasn't massively eventful. Stage 3 would get very eventful, though. And in more ways than one. But anyway, Ty Gibbs misses his pit box. Justin Allgaier also with issues on pit road. Jeffrey Earnhardt got a penalty for pitting too soon. Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Brown, and Kyle Weatherman all got choose violations. Now, what that means is they drove over the middle of the choose line on the racetrack. Noted that AJ Allmendinger, as you could see on the replay, looked like he drove over it as well, but he managed to drive on the line next to it, not over the box in the middle. So he's able to stay up near the front. Brandon Brown would pit again during the pace laps, and then get the race going. So we get stage 3 going, and a bit later, same air, showing with the tire down on the left rear, and then the caution comes out not long after for Jade Buford and Jeremy Clements as Mayer makes it to pit road. Anthony Alfredo also involved with some right side damage as shown while he was on pit road. Buford got spun off turn 2. Clements had nowhere to go. No other cars were involved, shockingly. And Buford looked like he had suffered a broken track bar. And then the Fox broadcast showed somebody's hauler over by one of the tunnels getting out of the racetrack with damage to the roof of the trailer. They attempted to go through the smaller tunnel, not the bigger one, and it ended up being revealed as the Riemann Brothers Racing hauler, which sucks because Chris Hacker took their truck today, in the earlier race, and he actually got a top 20 out of it, which is really nice. But yeah, that's huge for them. Some people thought at first it might be G2G Racing's hauler. Of course, it was not. But in regard to the hauler thing, and this goes to the Fox broadcast, I'll probably talk more about it later, but what the fuck was the broadcast doing? Like, seriously, just it's infuriating, man, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, so the JGR cars stayed out while most everyone pitted. Clements and Buford obviously done for the day. Sage Carroll gets black flagged onto the pace laps to reinstall his right side window. And then we get a caution again, this time for Joe Graf Jr. and Daniel Hemrick. Alright, so this could honestly go either way, but this is my stance on it. Graf, who, by the way, team played pit strategy under the previous caution, and he was running 6th. Adam Alexander was literally talking about him being in the top 10 when this happens. God damn it, commentator curse strikes again. But anyway, he gets into the wall after Hemrick, who was in the middle of a 3-wide battle between Graf and Brandon Brown. Graf looked like he was moving back anyway, but they come off turn 4. Hemrick moves up. Now, it does look a little bit like Graf might have come down, but it looked like Hemrick moved up more, at least to me. And he was not clear. Basically tried to clear himself. Daniel Hemrick, not fucking clear. They both get wrecked. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Graf was able to continue the race, and I believe he finished like 23rd, so not bad. Hemrick, not so lucky. His day was pretty much done, unfortunately. So, you did it to yourself, man. Just saying. Better luck next time. And Anthony Alfredo looked to have been spun under the caution after the caution had come out. Loris Hesman's shown to have destroyed his splitter as well. You could tell because part of the grass got ripped up. Hemrick's day is done. Hesman's day is done. We get going again, and then Sam Mayer gets spun. Caution comes out. Left rear tire going down again. And then we get going again. Pretty solid racing for a few laps. And then we get another caution, this time for Sheldon Creed, as he turns Brandon Brown in turn 1. Somehow, Brown, who is actually running pretty good today, does not hit anything or get hit by anyone, and he saves it, though he probably flat spotted his tires. Creed made a little bit of contact with Josh Berry going into turn one. Then as Brown got turned, Brown made a little bit of contact with the right side of Berry's car, and Creed was shown with some right rear quarter panel damage. Not sure where that came from. So we get going again for another few laps, and we get the biggest caution of the day. Trevor Bayne in a battle with Austin Hill, as Ryan Sieg's coming from the bottom, he slides up and right in front of AJ Allmendinger off turn two, or through turn two, gets up into the wall, and then calamity ensues. Several cars wreck as Bayne wrecks. Gregson, Noah Gregson, Josh Berry, Sage Karam, Jeb Burton, Alex LeBay, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, Stephen Parsons, by the way, a couple of others. Barry, as I said, slid up in front of Allmendinger, hits the wall, tries to save it, pushes Gregson and Barry together 3 wide as they got off turn 2, and everything went to hell from there. Allgaier, it looked like he managed to avoid it, but then he ended up getting turned by Ty Gibbs as everybody was going by. He hits the wall, and unfortunately, his day not only would be done, but his 16 straight races where he finished in the top 10, that streak that he had going back to last season, that unfortunately comes to an end as well, which fucking sucks. Karam and Barry were both out thanks to the DVP, damaged vehicle policy. Might have had a couple others as well, I'm not really sure. But as I said, Karam, Barry, all got done for the day. We're coming to the restart here, and Myatt Snyder reported with an issue. Sparks coming out from underneath his car. He reported that he might have ran something over, debris-wise. Something might be stuck under the car, whatever. And he asked, should I pit? Because, as they were coming through turn 4, in that situation, you should probably pit. No. He was told, stay out. He did. We get the restart. We head towards turn 1, and Snyder got spun. Now, he got spun by Riley Herbst, but in Riley's defense, he was getting pushed by Ty Gibbs from behind. And also, from my vantage point, I thought Snyder was moving to the middle to just get the fuck out of the way, have everybody go by him. And then he looked like he and then it looks like he came down and tried to block Herbst and got spun. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just a complete freaking stupid incident there that shouldn't have happened, but it did. So, yeah. And somehow, by the way, Snyder was the only car involved in that wreck. Nobody else hit him. And considering that he was on the front row, that's like at least 20-something cars back behind them that none of them hit him, and none of them got spun in the process of trying to avoid him. How the fuck do you pull that one off? I have no idea. Moving on. So at this point, we're going to NASCAR overtime. We go to double overtime after this one, after that, or something like that, whatever. Literally after the restart, we head through 1 and 2. Caution comes out again in 1 and 2. This time for Matt Mills, Jesse Wuji, Tommy J. Martins, Stephen Parsons. Myatt Snyder was also involved a bit. Mills took a tough hit. His car leaking either fuel or oil or something like that. And basically what happened was Jeffrey Earnhardt came down with contact with somebody else, and he almost body slammed Matt Mills, but he still, not completely, but he still made contact. Mills came up and got wrecked. Snyder was also somehow involved in this one, which stinks, because he got to the lead at one point in this race. So to see how his race fucking ended, that fucking sucks. But NASCAR had to throw the red flag to get that cleaned up. Takes about 12 or so minutes. They get the engines refired. We get the restart. Austin Hill getting pushed by Riley Herbst. Ryan Sieg getting pushed by Ty Gibbs. We get through the restart. We get through, 1 and 2, backstretch, 3 and 4. Hill gets loose on the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Sieg clear out in the lead. He takes the white flag. But as he does so, Ty Gibbs just goes flying by him. And yeah, goodbye. Unfortunately, Segan ended up dropping back to I think 10th or something. I think that's what the broadcast said. But Ty Gibbs, he holds on to the lead. It looked like Hill was going to try and catch him at the very end, but that didn't work. And Gibbs gets his second win of 2022. All that for a Ty Gibbs win. And that was the only lap he led, by the way. The very last one in double overtime. Bruh. Holy crap. Shout out, though. Mason Massey and Kyle Weatherman both managed top 10s at the end of this race. That's awesome. Weatherman, I think, got as high as 5th or 6th. And I'm like, where the fuck did he come from? Holy shit. Wow. But yeah, no, Ty Gibbs won this race. So, yeah, Fox, we gotta have a talk here. Specifically, the broadcasting aspect of this shit. Y'all have been bad before, but this shit today was horrendous. Again, I didn't get to watch the truck race until towards the end, so I didn't get to see the entire thing. But watching the entire Xfinity Series race, who the fuck is manning the cameras? Why the fuck are these guys getting told to pan the cameras out to the crowd and taking so many crowd shots of kids at the race? Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, this is some, why? I don't get it. You should be focused on the racing. Yes, I get it. Doing crowd shots, especially when you're going, to commercial break or whatever, that's fine. But, it was so goddamn excessive today. Worse than it's ever been before, if you ask me. It was just, it made no goddamn sense. Freaking, people pulling out freaking Chris Hansen memes, today. That's literally what it felt like. Somebody need to call up fucking Chris Hansen, because this is some bullshit. Why? I don't get it. It's bad enough that the racing in of itself really wasn't all that spectacular. And to be quite honest with you, a little bit of a side note, I am worried for the Cup guys tomorrow, because with all of the wheel issues that we've been having, drivers having wheels come off, break, whatever. If somebody loses a wheel, or even a tire for that matter, somebody blows a tire or just loses the wheel completely, going through 3 and 4, coming off of turn 4 to the front stretch, the way it's configured, they're going to take a nasty hit going into the wall, off of 4. Don't be surprised if that happens, because I honestly think it might happen. It could also happen going into turn 1, but I feel like it's a worse hit going into turn 4, coming off 4. Just saying. But anyway, again, the broadcasting, complete shit. We give shit to NBC for how they do their broadcasts on, from time to time with certain things. But Fox is just on another fucking level. What the fuck? It's they don't care. Personally, I'm surprised they didn't have the cameras looking for, specific things that people in the crowd were wearing regarding, NASCAR gear and whatever, regarding a certain driver. I think you can piece together what I mean there. But it's ridiculous. And on top of that, even when they do have the cameras focused on the cars, y'all are zoomed in way too much. You're not showing everything. And when you do show other things, it takes away from a moment that you should be showing near the front. It's get your priorities in order. Good God. I don't get to live react to the races all that often. I reacted to the Daytona 500 earlier this year. I'm hoping to live react to a few more races this year. I don't know when. It all depends on, various things. But whenever I do, I can take whatever the hell that the broadcast is showing, from my home, what I'm watching, and I can convey the race better with the fuckery that the Fox broadcast is showing, or NBC if it happens to be an NBC race. Well, it wouldn't be NBC anymore. It'd be USA, network, unless it's on the main NBC. Whatever. Anyway, I could take what's being shown on my TV and live react to that and give better commentary than the guys in the booth. And don't get me wrong, it's nothing against them. Like, you've got drivers in there on the week to week when it comes to the Xfinity series. You know, Adam Alexander's doing his best and all that. And then Cup Series, you got Mike Joy, Boyer, and a rotating group of drivers. Like, they're going to have Jeff Gordon tomorrow. They've had Danica. They've had Tony Stewart for the 500, whatever. But it's like, Fox's quality is so fucking low. It's ridiculously stupid. Like, I'm pretty, like, if you were to put a couple of YouTubers in there, like, say, Darian, you know, Black Lives Matter, who else? E-Step, probably. Hell, you don't even have to go with just NASCAR YouTubers. Like, I'm pretty sure guys like Chiseled Adonis, Urinating Tree, 5 Points, Brandon Perna, Grossi, like, Brett Coleman, Uche Nwaneri, like, they could all do a better broadcasting job than the guys who work for Fox do, because Fox's quality is so fucking ass. It is literal fucking ass. And when you include the excessive crowd shots of kids in the crowd or whatever the fuck they're doing, being too zoomed in on cars, going to commercials so often and then missing a caution because you're under commercial break, like, bro, like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen when NASCAR goes to renegotiate the TV deals, whenever the fuck that's gonna be. But, like, do not fucking go back to Fox. Do not. Like, I don't... Fuck it. Go to CBS for all I care. Look at how they broadcasted the SRX races last summer. And I get that's a small sample size. It's only a few races. Like 6 or so. 6 to 8 races or whatever. And yes, the SRX series had its own things that were weird with it. But genuinely speaking, the broadcasting was so much better. So much fucking better than what we get from Fox. I'm not even joking. It is miles better. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. Just, oh my god. It's fucking stupid, man. It's legitimately fucking stupid. But anyway, again, congrats Ty Gibbs on the win. This is going to be a long-ass video. It's almost 23 minutes long at this point. But once again, thank y'all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, use code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more at Circuit Diecast. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.